What a save from Mark Howard.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Yours Mine Away podcast with me, Mark Howard. I get a lot of requests on social media about how and why goalkeepers strap their wrists and strap their fingers. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step version of how and why I do it. So primarily, Underwrap is used for strapping your wrist. And you'll apply this to your wrist, wrap it round a few times. This is just to protect your skin, the hairs on your arms, stuff like that. And it's literally just a case of wrapping it round a few times till you think that's comfortable. Cut it off. I'll then use a thicker tape that's very adhesive to just tighten it. This gives two reasons really. One, it's to strengthen your wrist. And it also provides a bit more friction in your gloves. I like it to wear it for matches and training. I find it strengthens my wrist a little bit, but primarily it thickens my wrist to fit in my glove better. I've got big hands, and getting big wide hands through a glove is sometimes difficult, so the wrist straps are sometimes baggy. This is one of the reasons why I love to strap my wrist. And it's just simply a case of when you think you've reached that thickness that you desire, just to cut it off and end it there, like so. Quite simple really. Hopefully this is very helpful for you. I'm now going to give you a step-by-step of different ways to tape your fingers and how I've been taught and the best ways to do that. So I love this 1/4 inch tape. It's very thin, perfect for finger size. It's practically the size of each knuckle and wrap around. Or you can use a 1/2 inch tape. I find this a little bit too thick for me. I like a lot of flexibility in my fingers. This one I find just thickens the knuckle a bit too much and stops that proper clench of a fist. So there is a cheap way of doing this, and it is to just peel it back, and if this is the only one that you can get, you can just rip it down the middle and it creates that 1/4 inch tape. It's so basic, but it can be very helpful. So I'm going to show you anyway with the tape that I currently use, the 1/4 inch tape. And it is just a case of, I like to tape my 2 outside fingers. I've had a couple of bad breaks, a couple of bad injuries, so it's just to protect them because they're the most vulnerable being on the outside. So I'll start by wrapping one round, and then I always try and do a crisscross on the back of my fingers. So I'll go round again, up to the top, and then I'll make it look like an X on the inside of my palm. And then that way, when I cut it off, it should look like 2 crosses, and then on the back it should have both knuckles free. This helps you bend down, but should stop a bit of that restriction that way. So when you are making those fingertip saves and you're trying to get it round the post, that sometimes helps. It also does help with the friction inside your glove, so the material will catch onto that in your glove and you'll feel a bit more restricted in there. There's another really good way of just taping the end of your finger. A lot of goalkeepers get ligament tears or snap ligaments across the back, and you'll have a finger that sits like that. The best way to deal with this is to just measure your finger, cut off the back and tape it. So you can do that a couple times, because then that finger will work with that knuckle instead of being isolated as a little knuckle. This way really does help to strengthen that top knuckle of your finger. So as you can see, I'm just putting it up and down, and then now what I'll do is secure that with an anchor around the bottom. That way, that finger, even though it might be damaged, ligament damage or knuckle damage, you've still got that full range in your finger. I hope this is very helpful for a lot of you. I get a lot of requests for this sort of stuff, so if you've got any more that you'd like to see or any bits of information on why I do things, please send us a message. All the best guys, thank you.
What a save from Mark Howard.